Well, hello and welcome to your Wednesday One Show with Alex Jones.
And Matt Baker. Now, on tonight's show, we are meeting the parents.
Yes, first, there's Leanne, and tonight we're going to see the moment her boy racer son finds out that she's been spying on his driving.
Then
yes.
there's... Ooh.
It is one of those as well. Go on.
Then there's Linda, who is holding it together as her daughter Jessica heads for some groundbreaking surgery.
And then
I don't care for it, I have to say. I have 3 wonderful grown-up children, and here's the thing, I trust them. And I think it's really important that they have freedom. I don't think we should be all watching each other all the time or in touch all the time.
Even if you had a child that was prone to driving into skips?
She's not going to do it twice, is she?
Well,
Did you do it twice?
Not a skip twice.
Don't mention the other things, Al.
No.
Well, are you?
I don't think it's a good thing,
don't
no.
think that?
No, I think we're moving so towards a nanny state that just would take it another step forward, no.
But it's
Listen,
going to bring the
you've
cost
brought
of
your
insurance
children
down.
up to be good citizens. You've
Well,
helped
of
them
course.
up to behave properly.
The adults.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. They're grown-ups and now they must be free to get on.
But knowing that she knows what I'm doing, but honestly, I don't reckon it'd slow me down a lot.
So if having a black box fitted would save you 50% saving, would you have the black box fitted?
No, I probably still wouldn't. 30 just bores me, like, a lot, like,
But
to the point I don't want to drive anymore. If I have a black box, I feel like I'm being watched again, and I don't like it.
I'm really shocked to hear that a saving of 50% on your insurance and you still wouldn't get the black box.
Yeah, definitely.
Mum, what do you say about that?
I think he's got more money than sense, if that's the case.
So, while it might be popular with parents, young drivers like Callum aren't so keen. But with black boxes likely to be a fixture on all new cars soon, it seems that Big Brother will be keeping tabs on us all, young and old.
Well, thanks to Vicky Butler-Henderson for making the film. Callum looked pretty shocked there that his mum had been tracking him. Is it a good or a bad thing, do you think, Sandy? Where do you stand on this?
I don't care for it, I have to say. I have 3 wonderful grown-up children, and here's the thing, I trust them. And I think it's really important that they have freedom. I don't think we should be all watching each other all the time or in touch all the time.
Even if you had a child that was prone to driving into skips?
She's not going to do it twice, is she?
Well,
Did you do it twice?
Not a skip twice.
Don't mention the other things, Al.
No.
Well, are you?
I don't think it's a good thing,
don't
no.
think that?
No, I think we're moving so towards a nanny state that just would take it another step forward, no.
But it's going to bring the cost of
You've
insurance
brought your
down.
children up to be good citizens. You've
Well,
helped
of
them
course.
up to behave properly.
The adults.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. They're grown-ups and now they must be free to get on with it.
Well, big news this Friday. Sandi begins hosting her final series of Radio 4's News Quiz to embark on a political career with a brand new party called the Women's Equality Party.
So, before we talk about it, we thought we'd ask some former colleagues, well, they're current colleagues, but they will be former colleagues, at the News Quiz, because they wanted to wish you well, and they wanted to predict some of the headlines we might be reading in a couple of years' time. So, we'll hand over to Susan Calman and Jeremy Hardy.
Good luck, Sandy, with your new career as a politician, founding the Women's Equality Party, and I hope you're ready for all the sexist housework-based puns about being a new broom in politics and ironing out your policy differences and your candidates sweeping the board at elections. Good luck.
We'll miss you, Sandy. I'll miss working with someone who's almost as short as I am. I'm lucky to have had a front row seat watching you steer the news quiz in magnificent fashion for the past few years. I'll miss your discipline, your wit, your warmth, but mostly your discipline. Seriously, I'm worried about what Jeremy's going to do to me now you're gone. The headline I'd like to see is big government just got smaller, because we need more short people in government.
Well, that makes me all think. I did not know you were going to do that. That's so lovely.
But it must be very important to you that you are letting the news quiz go in favour of starting this party.
Yeah.
You know, you must have really thought it through.
It's been nearly a quarter of a century I've been associated with the news quiz, and I've loved it. But, you know, sometimes I've been making jokes for that long about politics, and sometimes you actually have to say to yourself, now it's time to do something.
Yeah, to get stuck in.
And every year I host a show at the Women of the World Festival in London as a tribute to the suffragettes. And this year, in election year, I thought, do you know what, we haven't finished the job. And I felt ashamed of myself. And at the same time, a wonderful writer and journalist called Catherine Mayer, who just wrote that wonderful book about Prince Charles, she had exactly the same thought. So we've, together, now with a fantastic group of people, we founded the Women's Equality Party.
Right.
It very clearly says on the tin what it is that we want, but it's a non-partisan political party. We have people from the right, people from the left, people from the middle, all of whom want to, and men and women, and Will, I hope we're going to get you on board.
I'm a feminist.
Yes, absolutely.
Studied women's studies.
Because you're exactly the sort of person, equality is better for everybody. You know, the world is in trouble, and what happens is we get a kind of strange choice between a political party says they're really good for the economy and a political party says they're really good for society, and why don't we have a political party that's good for both? The fact is, women still earn much less than men. I don't know if you ever watch a sports programme. You know, if you're watching the news and the sports comes on, and we have lots of fabulous women sportscasters now.
We do.
Apart from Paula Radcliffe crossing the finishing line in the marathon, can you recall the last time you saw a woman doing anything that relates to physical fitness on the television? I can't recall a woman running or bicycling or playing a sport.
Gymnastics?
Nothing. Seriously, honestly, nothing.
I suppose
not
the Olympics.
Yes, that's 2012.
Yeah.
That's the so. And
exactly.
You know, we have, for example, we have an obesity crisis.
We did just cover the European Gymnastics Championships. I presented that. With
No. I mean in the regular bulletins. I don't mean. I mean in an everyday bulletin.
As in the actual news bulletin.
Yes.
So what they finish with generally.
Yes.
Right.
It's very rare. In the last election, the number of men commentating on the election was 10 times as many women. The big thing, of course, is equal pay.
Yes.
On average, women in full-time employment make 10% less than men. Women in part-time employment, 35% less. The Equal Pay Act was 45 years ago. Do you know what? Too slow. The change has been too slow.
And how much of your time is this going to take up, Sandy? I mean, are you still going to do TV?
I'm still going to do my wonderful 15 to 1, which I absolutely love doing. I'm not going to be the leader of the party. That is not my intention. I'm very much trying to kickstart it. We don't launch until September. But we, on our Facebook page, we already have more than 20,000 people who think that this is the way forward. This is going to be... We're not going to fight with each other. You know, when you watch Prime Minister's questions, you're sort of embarrassed about the political system. I mean, PMQs couldn't be more bad-tempered if it was called PMTs. It really is. It isn't the way to get things done, is what I think. And exclusively...
Let's see the logo.
Just for you, this is the logo for the new Women's Equality Party.
The
Have a look on
suffragette colour.
It's the suffragette colours. Come and join us. We want as many men as women. We don't care which party you come from. You can be a Tory, you can be Labour. Let's all work together instead of fighting each other.
Good.
That would look good in an Ordnance Survey map as well, that icon, wouldn't it?
It would, darling. It would be very fine.
There we are. The party political broadcast is over.
You can come and join us, both of you.
Let's see then how Team Sandy, on that note, are getting on. The Ramblers, that is. Now then, where are they? Do we recognise? Oh, they're very close.
Oh, yes.
That's round the corner. That's 2 streets away from here.
That's
I recognise
not far.
it. There's a good clothes shop just to the left down there.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've stopped there. What about Team...
Inside.
Is that inside the BBC?
Come on, my babies. Come back to Daddy.
Where is
Come on.
Come on.
It's building.
They're in building. Oh, hang on, they're not yet.
Oh,
they're outside again.
That was very exciting for a moment. Now, the question...
I didn't think they were in the corridor outside.
Stay with us, stay with us.
Anyway, in the meantime, time to see how Jessica is getting on as she prepares to head to hospital for groundbreaking surgery.
Yes, Jessica's spine is twisted through scoliosis, but a brand new bit of technology could help to change her life.
Jessica, we have to pack.
It's a big day for 10-year-old Jessica Ansong.